Hey YouTube, it's Monday night, and that means we're here with you after a very long hiatus. It feels like July was a really long time. I don't normally use the headphones, so if you can hear me, just type a comment and let me know. We've got the flies and all the things. And Bo would kill me if he was like seeing the light and shadow. He's putting Finley to bed. So let me know if you guys can hear this. Yay. Okay, great. Hey, McClendon Homestead. Hope you guys are good. It's good to be back on YouTube. We took that whole July off and it was kind of lovely. Hello, Salubrious Farm. I bet you guys are tired after the Homestead Life Conference. Was that good? Yes, McClendons, we've heard all about you guys. I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm glad that the Botter sent you. We love them. I'm going to get to go hang out with them later this month. I think it's the 24th. They're doing an oils class at their place. It was a blast. That's good. Hey, Deb. Glad you're here. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes just to like chat back and forth. My favorite thing is the chat. I mean, even if I'm not doing a live myself, but one of my favorite things is the chat because I love to see people back and forth. Hey, Botters, I miss you guys. So glad you're here. We're also doing live a little bit different tonight because I am host and co-host, director, lighting director, all of these things tonight. So it took me a couple minutes to figure out how do I even do YouTube Live if I'm not doing it through my webinar app. So this was a good little exercise for me to figure out if I can actually do internet things. Okay, so just in case we've got some friends here who haven't ever been to our channel before, my name is Kelly, and I'm sort of the other half of Better Together Life. I think you see Bo here a lot. And on Monday nights, I kind of take over, usually with a crew of some of my oiling friends. And we just bring a different topic every Monday night. So if this is your first Monday night, I'm excited that you're here, and I hope that we make the most out of your time. And if you've been here before, maybe drop a comment of like your favorite class past or a topic of a class you'd love for us to teach on. And I'm going to jump into Essential Oils 101, but I want to give you a heads up on some of the other Monday night calls that are coming up. So we call this Every Day I'm Oilin' because every day, like I'm for real oilin', like there's something going on in a diffuser, or like I just grabbed this kids kit because I know a lot of you are going back to school. Even if you're going back to homeschool, there's some really great options for you guys here. And usually an Oils 101 class is just about all of the things, right? All of your questions, even if you've been using oils for a really long time, or maybe you're brand new to them and you're just like, I've seen them at the grocery store. Wherever you're at, we're going to meet you right there tonight, and then we're going to help you identify some oils that can meet your needs. And if you're ready to get oils tonight and you're not already working with someone, we want to help you do that. But even if you're not, the reason we do Monday nights is because we really believe that oils make a big difference in people's physical health, their financial healing, and we can't keep that to ourselves. So we're going to use the platform God's given us to just share it with you guys. And for those of you who it sticks with, we're going to help you take that next step. And we do that in a couple of ways. So first things first is if you do need some oils and we help you get them, then we don't just leave them on your doorstep and let you figure it out. We do a membership overview. We walk you through those oils, make a plan on paper so you feel confident using your oils in your membership. We plug you into our super vibrant online community called Essentially Blessed. And then we put you into Oil Camp, which is one of my favorite ways to use the online platform so that people use their oils well and find everyday applications for them. But first things first, here's what's coming up this month on Every Day I'm Oilin'. So this week, we're just doing an Essential Oils 101 class, right? We're going to hear your questions and then answer them for you right here live. So if you're watching the replay, cool. But if you're here live, show up on Monday night so you can ask those questions and get your answers right away. And then next week, we're going to talk with one of my friends who's a massage therapist about oils and inflammation. And then Ashley Bodorf is bringing it on the 19th, going back to school with oils. So our East Coast friends who are starting in September, you'll get a jump start on this. And those who are already starting in August, you'll have essential oils on the brain for helping your kids just even in these first few weeks of school. If you're teachers, this is going to be great for you. If you know or love teachers, you're going to want to share this link so they can come back. And then at the end of the month, my friend Nicole is going to be sharing all about essential oils and the entrepreneur. I'm hoping that she's sticking with this topic because she is one of those people who isn't just very present and active. She's also a really great visionary and doer. And for a lot of us who are homesteaders or people who just want to quit their 9 to 5, it's sometimes hard to marry those two things together. So how do we take vision and connect it with daily habits and the ways that she uses oils to stay healthy and kind of like just a high vibe mind. So if that's something that fires you up, don't miss that essential oil event. It's like my favorite thing to bring my favorite people to you guys because there's nothing better when people you love wind up loving people that you love. So let me check these comments real quick and then we'll hop on in. I love it. Bodorfs and McClendon Homestead. Y'all, you just chat that up right over there. You're good to go. Drew, glad you're here. Hey, Casey. I was actually going to tell you, I'm going to be in the Houston area a lot these next couple months. So if you want to get a class together where I come teach for you, I'm all about it, sister. All right, so I'm going to jump into Essential Oils 101. And here's where it can get really boring, guys. So we've got about 10 people watching right now. It's really easy. Hey, Twyla from Fort Worth, howdy. It's really easy for this to get really boring really fast, or you to do the dishes, or you to do your laundry. I invite you to do the other things, right? You have all the permission. But don't forget this chat right here because it's going to be your best friend to find answers for real problems that you're having every day to day, right? Get solutions through essential oils, through the products that we have to offer, or even some DIY tips so that you might be able to create these at home already. But we don't know what you want to know unless you tell us. So we've got moderators here. They can answer some questions in the chat, but we need to know why you're here tonight and what you want to learn. So I'm going to give you a little like Jeopardy moment so you can do that. And while I do that, Casey, I'll just let you know. So if you're in the Texas area, it's enormous. I think you can fit like, I don't know, 17 Nevadas in Texas. But if you're in the Texas area, we are traveling to you this month for sure. And in the coming months, until the end of 2019, we're doing something that doTERRA has as a leadership program called Diamond Club. And that means we travel to areas where people are excited about essential oils, either just sharing it with their friends or using them and doing doTERRA as a business like we do. Like, I love my oils, I want to get them for free, or hey, I'd like to totally replace my income like the Brothertons did. Either way, wherever you fit, we're coming to you and we're teaching classes for you so your friends can enroll with you and help you build a team. Or if you're just like, I just want some free stuff for a class, we'll do that as well. But the whole point is that we go and we educate and empower people to use oils effectively in their homes or to build businesses confidently in a way that they just love and enjoy. As much as we could ever offer you that option, this is my favorite time to get to do it. And when you're opening your house and having your friends over so we can chat oils, we are allowed to offer them exclusive incentives for Diamond Club this month, next month, on into November. So if you're enrolling live in person with us, you'll be able to get a free bottle of grapefruit essential oil, which is my favorite citrus oil of all times, and or a grapefruit and a balance. So if you guys haven't heard about these, go back and watch our old shows because there's a lot of good details on citrus oils and balance oil, and that's something we get to offer your friends this month. So if you're in the Houston area, hopefully Bo will come out here and we can send a link so that you can see our calendar when we're going to be in Houston. And then we're looking in the Dallas area and the Austin area as well. So you can also just send friends to those classes and we can help them get started for you. Okay. Yeah, I know. Cue the Jeopardy music. I should have thought of something Disney to sing. Okay, so here we are. We're taking a look at this. You guys are just too easy. You're all oil users already, so nobody really has questions. I absolutely will oil that. That's hilarious. Okay, so yeah, Casey, send me an email and we can set up that class. Okay. So let's jump into Essential Oils 101. The reason we're doing a real basic class is something I've learned is a lot of people come back to these videos or they jump in and maybe they don't know the actual 101 of essential oils. They may really know how to use peppermint well, or they might be super versed in lavender for all of the things. But when it comes to essential oils for like head or neck tension, or I'd like to sleep better and I've tried lavender, but it's really not doing the fix. How do we find an essential oil that's a good fit for you for those top 3 areas of concern? So if you're old or if you're new, either way, consider that. What are the top 3 things that come up from week to week that you'd like to solve, especially if you had a natural solution, right? Like I was just talking with someone the other day and she said she was using melatonin for her son and they were using it every day and they were having to increase the dosage and they realized this just isn't a great fit for us. So they switched to an essential oil, and essential oils have no side effects and they don't create an adverse reaction that we have to increase the dosage to make them effective. Oils are going to work with your body and then it's going to meet your body's need and your body begins to heal itself. In a typical healthy body, this is just how we're wired. So when we look at an essential oil to solve those everyday problems, we really have to consider what are those specific things that we have going on so that we can address those issues. Because you might have something similar to your neighbor, but if I blanket over a ton of things tonight, then it'll really just bore you and you'll be like, what was the whole point of watching a YouTube live? I know your time is valuable. Mine is too. So I don't get to jump on lives all that often. Okay, so Casey, you're saying sore throat, fever. Yeah, I can do that one. Great question. Okay, so McClendon, you guys are kind of dealing with the same kind of thing. What else, McClendon, Homestead? Sleep, Botterfs, that's a great one. Yeah, getting back into the routine. Tell me about it. Someone was saying the year kind of went like January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and now we're in August, right? So our summer really flew by this year. Okay, sleep. What else, guys? Okay, Twyla, that's great. All right, guys, let's jump into this. I keep saying let's jump in. I mean, you're not jumping anywhere. I'm definitely not jumping. Let's get into oils. Does that sound good? Hey, Hive in the Homestead. Glad you guys are here. That's great. Just in time. Yes, how our joints are affected when the weather changes. Isn't that legit? I actually had ACL surgery and meniscus surgery after a soccer injury in college, and I felt that for a long time. Yes, I got it right, Twyla. I'm glad. Okay, so when we're looking at essential oils, the really basic 101 is this, especially because we're here on a homesteading channel. What you can usually like surmise about essential oils is they come from plants, right? So this would be a different kind of oil than your coconut, your grapeseed, or your almond oil. Essential oils are all aromatic. So if you're walking in your garden and you pick a piece of peppermint or spearmint and you rub that leaf together and you smell that leaf, all of you are kind of now starting to think like, oh, what's that? I feel that smell. That smell connects me to a memory, right? Like I remember peppermint or lavender smell from this, that, or the other, right? So those aromatic smells, that scent of peppermint, that scent of spearmint or lavender, that is the essential oil of the plant that you're smelling. So essential oils are just aromatic compounds of plants. It's never going to contain the protein in the plant, which is why some people who may say I'm allergic to cedar don't have that same kind of issue with a cedar essential oil, because the protein is typically what causes the allergic reaction and doesn't always have the same issue with an essential oil. So when you're talking about essential oils, they're the aromatic parts of the plant, and it comes from all over plants. So it could be the bark, it could be the root, it could be the leaf or the petal. You might be getting this from a live tree or fresh tree that has just been cut, or maybe from a long-standing dead tree that's been in the forest, depending on what plant we're looking for. So that's the what of essential oils. And then why essential oils is kind of a no-brainer when you start to unwrap the layers. I think that people turn to doTERRA when they're sick and tired of what they're using no longer working. So that could be pharmaceutical, and it's just like that same kind of thing. Although melatonin is natural, it does build up over time, and your body becomes adapted to it, not adept, but adapted to it. So over time, you need more of it, right? And it may be something that you've been taking since you were a teenager and you just do it out of habit, right? A lot of us ladies have taken certain medications just because that's what our mom told us to do, and we've never actually changed it for something that works. Or we've ditched it altogether because we tried so many options and nothing ever actually fixed our issue. So consider essential oils this way. So essential oils are not just going to deal with those symptoms that come up to the surface, kind of informing us of that discomfort, and then we address that issue with whatever you've been using for years, right? Instead, essential oils are really going to get to the root issue in our entire body's system. So we have an upset tummy. We're going to use DigestZen to deal with the entire digestive tract. In my medicine cabinet before doTERRA, I had something when I was running to the bathroom, and then when I couldn't make myself enjoy the bathroom. And you might have those same kind of things in your bathroom cabinet. And doTERRA has an essential oil instead that helps the digestive tract get back on track. Does that make sense, guys? So we're using an essential oil to help meet our body's needs, and then our body is repairing and working as it ought to, coming back into that balanced place so that all of our body systems are communicating and we're feeling better, right? That's kind of what it's all about. Like, use an essential oil and feel better, right? So when what you're doing isn't working anymore, you might not have time to search every website for all the facts and all the information about it. So people turn to doTERRA because we can very simply show you the doTERRA website. We could very simply show you one of our favorite essential oil reference books, where it's going to have links to actual studies done with those essential oils. It's going to have information on how this oil has been used throughout generations. Lavender, for example, to deal with irritation on the skin, to help reduce redness on the skin, to help reduce that itchiness that might come with a bug bite, for example, or even restore skin after it's been damaged. And that's just centuries old solutions in sort of a modern brown little bottle, right? So you've got these solutions that you can put on your shelf and have them when you need them. And that's really where doTERRA comes in, because there are a lot of options. Like, I wish I could see you and ask, raise your hand if you've been to Walmart or CVS or even your Whole Foods and seen a variety of essential oils there. And that's what doTERRA came in to disrupt. So when doTERRA began, I guess we've been with the company for 6 years now, we knew that there was something different about them. Like, compared to competitors, these bottles just looked cooler. And it intrigued us enough to learn more about them. So when we learned about the company, we learned that doTERRA was the #1 selling essential oil company, and it had only been around for a few years. And it got that way because it was the most tested and most trusted essential oil company in households around the globe. So doTERRA looks where essential oils will grow in the plants best, right? We're not growing essential oils, but they look for where the plant grows best. That means climate is important. That means soil is important. And it means the grower is important. And we can't all do all of those things right here. So doTERRA sources their oils globally. We get oils from Haiti and Nepal. We have lavender coming from Bulgaria, our citrus is coming from Italy. So our oils are all over the globe. And I think that's really significant because kind of like better ingredients, better pizza, you've got to start right there with better ingredients, better conditions for that plant to grow so that you're getting the best constituents, so that every time you open that peppermint bottle, you're going to get that cooling relief. It's going to be consistent every single time. Every time you put peppermint on the roof of your mouth, you're going to breathe in deeply and you're going to take a deep breath because peppermint's going to promote that increased oxygenation of your blood. I had a paper fall after our fan blew it down. So it's really important to know that the source of your oil determines the efficacy of your oil, and doTERRA shows up with that, and they show up with transparency. So it's, yes, the most tested oil on the market, but it's the most trusted because they let you know everything about that essential oil. One of my favorite things that doTERRA offers is testing about for their oils. So when you buy an oil, it's going to have a little QR code on the back, and you can go to a site called Source to You, and then look that up. I'm going to use this bottle because it's a bit easier to see. So that code right there, you can use your QR scanner on your phone or Source to You, and then look up 2 of the tests that are run on that individual oil's batch. So we test in small batches so that you can ensure if there's anything that goes wrong, doTERRA can recall all of those oils and nip it in the bud very quickly. Quality is the most important thing to doTERRA, where even we've waited to distribute oils or put an oil on hold so that we can ensure that the sourcing of that oil was going to be up to snuff and doTERRA's standard. So you never get something substandard. And I think that's really important because right now you could go, while we're chatting here, onto Amazon and you could even click on a doTERRA essential oil. But the big difference there is anything can look the way you want it to look, if you want it to look that way. And you cannot ensure that those Amazon sellers are getting you the right bottle of essential oil because they can make it look like it was pure and unadulterated, like doTERRA says it is. But unless you're getting it from someone like me or your friend who sells doTERRA or directly from doTERRA's website, you really can't ensure this little QR code quality. You really can't ensure that what it says on the bottle is what's in the bottle unless you're getting it from the source. Just like when we source our oils from all over the globe, we have to know that we're getting it from the absolute best source. So if you guys can hang with me and track with me in one more place about sourcing oils, here's where doTERRA totally stole my heart, right? We looked up the bottles because they were cool. Then we looked up the company because we were interested. And then when we learned about, yes, the oils are so sourced globally, and I knew I could trust that for my family, people who really love doTERRA stick with doTERRA because of the heart behind this company. So for those of you who are farmers, you know that you're selling, the way you make your money and your income on your farm is based on supply and demand. And through the essential oil industry, the very tragedy of it is that it's usually perfumers who are purchasing essential oils, but they're paying a fraction of the cost of the value of that product from the buyers, from the growers, and from the harvesters. And that's a really important thing to note because it's an unfair industry and there's a lot of injustice where sometimes people aren't getting paid at all. So doTERRA looks across the globe at some of the most vulnerable areas that we could get a really high quality essential oil in, and they work as a partner with those growers in those areas. So half of our oils come from undeveloped nations. I'm not talking third world or developing nations. I'm talking about undeveloped. So think Nepal, areas that are difficult to reach. Haiti, areas that are underserved and undervalued. Think Somalia, areas that are quite frankly dangerous for buyers to go to. And in the instance of Somalia, doTERRA wanted frankincense, the best frankincense they could get, but they needed to get it from this area and they needed to work with the growers there. So 2 of the founders flew to Somalia and they sat down with an entire group of all of the tribe's chiefs coming together. And if you know, Somalia is a Muslim nation where women are unseen and undervalued. So doTERRA said, if you want to work with us, we would love to work with you. And they said, yes, we want the long-term partnership with doTERRA, paying a fair wage to their growers. But they also wanted a school, and they also wanted resources, which doTERRA is known for. If you look at our endeavors in Haiti or in Nepal, for example, I keep going to these three, but these are three that I have fresh on my mind. Then doTERRA said, okay, we can totally provide those things for you. But if you want a school, you have to educate your girls too. And over the last, I think it's 3 years now, this partnership has continued, and girls are being educated and valued and elevated in this area where they were completely unseen before. So my heart totally soars at the idea of a company that partners to end human trafficking, of a company that values girls and women all across the globe and does something about it. So I can sit here and tell you about essential oils all day long, but if I miss that part, I feel like you miss the heart of doTERRA, and you miss the heart of what we love to share most about this company that has really allowed us to change our life. I mean, because of doTERRA, we can live in the country and we can work from anywhere. And because of doTERRA, we get to meet awesome people like you. I mean, I'm scrolling through this chat right here, and I would say 8 out of 10 of you are already on our team. And that's kind of amazing because we just wouldn't know you otherwise. So thanks for indulging that part. I would love to know what sticks out most to you. So when I'm sharing about these things that doTERRA has, highest quality of oils, most tested, most trusted, even in the last 2 years, there were these 2 companies, totally third party, just scoping out essential oils and looking for a story. And they found that over 90% of the oils on the market were adulterated. But out of the oils tested from doTERRA, in the company of all of these oils that they were testing, doTERRA was one of the good guys, one that was pure and one that was not adulterated, and one that could be trusted by universities like Johns Hopkins and Vanderbilt University for their research to ensure that they're going to get the same quality product every time they open the bottle. Preach it. Yeah, I know that stuff gets me fired up. I heart pizza. Oh, Casey, same here. I just wish I could heart gluten the same way. All right. So I want to jump back to the questions that you guys had because I think this is great. So Jen, you said, are there oils that can help with houseplant issues like bugs or fungus? Absolutely. So raise your hand if you love tea tree oil. Most people use tea tree in their hair, like in your shampoo to clean the scalp or something like that. But I'm going to recommend tea tree oil and propose it as an antifungal. So you might not know that dandruff that you use your tea tree oil for is actually a fungus. It's not just dry skin on your hair. Hold on just a sec, guys. Do you need me? Okay, you guys can choose another one or you can wait. You can just wait. I think you know that. So I didn't know that until my pediatrician told me about that. Mind blown. I totally freaked out. But tea tree oil is an antifungal. So whether it's athlete's foot on the bottom of your feet or even on your houseplants, what I would recommend is make either a vinegar and water and essential oils, or just try water and essential oils. And if you had a small spray, like glass spray bottle, I would put water in it and probably about, if let's say it was a 2-ounce spray bottle is usually what I have laying around, then I would put about 20 drops of tea tree oil in it, a little pinch of salt, because then when you shake it, that essential oil is going to become soluble in the water. So it's going to mix together and you're actually going to spray essential oils in water, not just water, and spray it on your houseplants. Do it a couple of times a day and then put it into this, like a good sunny area, right? If you've got it, just by a window is fine. And give it some sun too, so that it helps to dry out that fungus and give it a lacking or an unideal location to breed more fungus. And that essential oil is going to go to work and it's going to kill all that fungus, which is awesome. Works the same for like any kind of skin issues, any kind of, like funk in your shoes, that kind of thing. Get the tea tree oil out. Okay. They're fighting over who gets to choose the next movie, and no one wants to watch Newsies, which is just a tragedy in my opinion. All right. Okay. So Jen, does that help? And we need to do like a proper wellness consult for you because we had, we had your very quick overview, but I know your kiddos weren't well at that time. So send me an email and we'll make sure we do that in the next week. Okay, an oil, yes, to support sinuses and respiratory health. Hold on just a second. Hey, Everett, you can go look into my room and see if Daddy fell asleep with Finn very quietly like a ninja, okay? Super sneaky, super quiet, okay? The joys, the joys. So thanks for always doing fun, better together life with us, because we are always together, guys. Okay, so yeah, here's my oil recommendations for that. It actually involves tea tree oil, especially if it's something ongoing. Grab a diffuser, or did you ever do those like tent kind of things? Like, did your mom ever do that with like a hot pot of boiling water, like a steam tent? That's what we call it. And instead, you can do that with essential oils. So if it's something that's going on like right then and you need to just kind of open your airways, what I highly recommend doing is putting a drop of tea tree oil, and then you could put lemon, lavender, and peppermint together. That's going to be really intense. So, maybe just sit over the bowl at first, and then when the steam kind of goes off, put that steam tent over your head. And then like a towel or something like that. And then just breathe in for a few minutes. You can breathe in with your mouth open. You can breathe in with just your nose open. And that tea tree oil is going to help to kill bacteria. So does the lemon. The lemon also kind of cuts off the harshness of the tea tree oil. And then you've got lavender and peppermint in there that are going to open the airways and soothe tissues in your respiratory system. So that's really going to be helpful, very cleansing, really gentle. Something tempting that can happen, Dad's going to help you right there. Dad'll help you right there. He's right there, Ella. Can you? Yeah. Oh, here's what I was going to give as a warning. So something that can be really tempting is like, oh, I use a neti pot, and then put essential oils in your neti pot. I know some people who do this, so I'm not going to hate on you if you do, but that's super intense. And if you've ever used the neti pot where it goes in one nostril and comes out the other, that tissue is also very, very sensitive. So I would recommend you don't start there. I'm not going to be in your house telling you what not to do, but I don't think you need to start there. I think just starting by either putting drops in your hands and breathing it in, putting it in your diffuser, trying that steam tent is really helpful. And then use it overnight. So something we don't always recognize is that during our sleep cycle is when your body is totally restoring. So your body systems are kind of hitting the refresh button. They're all re-energizing. You're actually even burning calories in your sleep. And sometimes we forget that our body's working even when our mind is in this rest cycle, which is another reason we want to talk about sleep, guys, because I know you had that question. And I think that's really important. So using essential oils in your diffuser while you sleep is going to be a great way to help you fall asleep more effectively, stay asleep, even if it's this essential oil that's not connected to sleep, but helping you breathe more clearly while you sleep. Everett recently had, well, not recently, but this year had a tongue tie revision. And now he's using this, it looks like a mouth guard, but it's called a myo brace. And he has a hard time dealing with congestion while he sleeps. So he couldn't keep it in his mouth because his nose is stuffy. So we started using our Breathe oil, which is a blend of essential oils across his chest. And now he sleeps with his mouth closed, breathing in this Breathe oil, and it helps him with his myofunctional therapy. So that's just a great indicator that he used to wake up like 3 times a night. And when we started this therapy and using this essential oil with it, then he had huge success so that he was actually sleeping through the night, maybe getting up once. And I think that that's a big, big game changer when you start using essential oils as part of your sleep hygiene. Okay, so I'm looking at what else. I have. So I hope that's helpful, McClendon Homestead. Let me know if that made sense or if you have questions that I didn't answer. Deb, you were asking about like thyroid support. Absolutely. Endocrine system is really important. And thyroid, really important too. So there is a blend. I'm trying to think of it right now. I don't know the ratio, but just off the top of my head, they're not oils that come like specifically in like the typical kit, but I know you have oils already. So I recommend looking at myrrh and lemongrass. These are two oils that a good friend of mine used, gosh, right when we started getting into oils, and then a super solid foundation of supplements. So I have a fly, guys. So look at, if you're on a high-end supplement already, then go ahead and stick with that. But if you're not on a high-end supplement, I highly recommend looking into Lifelong Vitality. This is the thing that we take every single month. Well, we take it every single day and we refresh it every single month. It's a 3-part package series of essential oil infused supplements. So you take one that's whole food nutrient. Your body actually recognizes it as food. This would be like your iron and your basic vitamins, with essential oils and a tummy tamer, so it doesn't upset your stomach. You actually enjoy taking it. The other is omegas. So this would be like helping brain function, joint function, mood management, all of these things dealing with the brain and the way that it affects the rest of your body. Go figure. And that's part of the Lifelong Vitality pack too. And then the very last, but third bottle is called Alpha CRS. And this is how we use essential oils to address cellular health, energy from the very basic building structure of the body. And without addressing the cellular health, everything else that we do is just going to become, it just kind of becomes like lipstick on a pig or icing on a really gross cake. And using oils, using supplements like Lifelong Vitality create a baseline so that everything else works more effectively. So yes, oils are going to work on a McDonald's diet, but when you're using Lifelong Vitality, you're going to see results in about, I say, in 2 weeks. Some people get it a little bit sooner, but you have a money back guarantee on that. So Deb, if you have a membership already, you could order Lifelong Vitality this month as part of your loyalty order. You're going to earn points back on that, and you're going to be able to get a money back guarantee on a product that's awesome. So if you don't love it and you send back empty bottles, then doTERRA will still send you your money back completely. So I think it's one of those like no risk things that has such potential to help you feel better that it's really a waste not to explore that for every single foundational thing. I think essential oils are amazing, but if we're not looking at those foundations like diet and nutrition, you're missing a huge thing. And those are baby steps. It's a big leap to think about diet and nutrition, but it's a baby step just to start taking a supplement in the morning and the afternoon. Okay, I think we can jump on to sleep, but I want to make sure I didn't miss anything else. Yeah, Casey is saying only take melatonin 3 times a week. Yep, that's so true. Okay, let's hit the easy one first, and then we'll go to joints, Casey. Again, I'm going to come back for you with that question about joint issues. I'm going to come back to the Lifelong Vitality, but I've got some oils that are really awesome too. So let's look at sleep, because like I said, sleep is this like linchpin to your wellness. If you are doing all the things, exercising, eating right, filling your mind and body with great healthy things, but we're not sleeping, that's important. So raise your hand if you get 8 hours of sleep a night. If you're an adult and you get 8 hours of sleep a night. Great, Deb. So see if you can look up the combination. But lemongrass and myrrh, right, on the thyroid, dilute it with coconut oil because you're going to be using it topically. Not raising your hand? Okay, great. I love it. Yeah, so a lot of you guys are getting 8. Good, that's great. And then our kids, I think it's kids that are 6 and under should be getting 12 hours of sleep. If they are over 14, they should be, I think it's 14 to 18, they should 14 to 17, they should be getting 12 hours of sleep again. So I know that those hours are pretty intensive. You're like, 12 hours, that's half the day. How are we sleeping half the day away? And I know that that's difficult to aim for, but even in our culture, even if we did get that, a lot of times we're not getting effective sleep because of these bad boys, right? So this screen has changed the chemistry of our body. Even the screen that you're looking at right now, if it's your big screen TV, or if it's like me and you're on a laptop, these screens have altered the chemistry of our body so that we no longer recognize the hours we should be sleeping and the hours we should be waking. So something beautiful on the homestead, especially when we moved here, was we were waking up with the sun and we were going to sleep with the sun, because we were all in the same stinking room and we couldn't figure out how to like fall asleep and then like get the kids to sleep and then us to stay up and do extra stuff. That was a really sweet season, but it was also a super unrealistic season. So here's what I recommend for people who have a hard time sleeping, either falling asleep or maintaining sleep. So the two products that I recommend in your kit would be lavender and frankincense. You can put them in an Epsom salt bath before bed. You're absorbing magnesium from the Epsom salts. You can put it in a diffuser and let it run throughout the night. It's going to help you stay asleep. And then you can also create some habits, like turning your screens off 2 hours before bed is what's recommended. And it seems bananas, especially for those of us who go to sleep with a phone in our hand. But 2 hours before bed, picking up a book, doing a little bit of a puzzle or something that slows the mind down and takes it away from this habit of screen all day long will really increase the rate of your restful, restorative sleep. So changing habits can be really hard, but it's highly, highly recommended if you need a big shift. If you're not anywhere close to those 8 hours, if you're getting like 4 or 5, which is not crazy for the entrepreneur, right? Like we've got so much going on. So let's see. I hope that's helpful. If we're tracking, like keep me on track right here, guys. Yeah, tea tree would be great for cold sores, Casey. I also really like lemongrass is kind of good for it. Or actually, no, not lemongrass, lemon balm, which is Melissa. It's a highly antiviral oil. And here's actually a side note. This is a really affordable way to get Melissa into your house. Melissa is one of our most expensive oils because it's one of the most difficult to produce. It takes a lot of pounds of that lemon balm in order to produce just a very small bottle of oil. But it's so highly effective, and it's included in this stronger blend for kids. So if I open this up, the kids blends, there are only 6 of them, but it's kind of a simplified version for the same effectiveness, I guess, of some of the typical blends. So if you have On Guard and you've not tried Stronger, this is a really mild version of similar oils that have the same immune support benefits that On Guard does. So here are the oils in this one, and I really, really love it, and I would recommend this just to keep on hand for cold sores because it's already diluted. So this one has a base of coconut oil. It has cedarwood, litsea, which is kind of related to melaleuca tea tree. It has frankincense and it has rose in it. So maybe it's the litsea that is the antiviral. Oh no, it's rose. It's right there. So rose is in this. It's also antiviral, just like Melissa. But this oil is legit. It's so good. So like I mentioned, using essential oils, there are a lot of different ways. Mostly we've talked about aromatic, a little bit internal, especially with the Lifelong Vitality, as oils like frankincense and rosemary. And I'm trying to think of some others. It's got some peppermint in it, ginger, a variety of oils that I'm going to butcher if I just list them off the top of my head. So I don't want to get it wrong. But then topically is probably the thing that people use most, right? I've got an upset tummy, I put digestin on it. I've got a bug bite, I put lavender on it. I highly, highly recommend, and I think that this gets blasted over a lot, using essential oils diluted on the skin. And it's going to do a couple of things. So you want a carrier oil like coconut or not frankincense, sorry, coconut or almond or even avocado. In a pinch, you could use like a canola oil if you have it. But using coconut oil is going to help your essential oil work more effectively. So remember, essential oils are that aromatic compound of the plant. When you use a fatty oil with it, it traps that aromatic part and helps it sink into the skin more effectively. And then within minutes, essential oils are in your bloodstream and then traveling throughout your whole body. So oils are going to be really effective when we put it with a carrier oil. And diluting seems like a bad thing in the real world, but diluting with essential oils gives us control as the user. And that's on your side. That means it's working for you. You can also really be more effective with your dollar amount, because I don't need a whole drop of essential oil on my kids. I actually can use like 1 drop of On Guard with probably about, I'd say we use almost a dime set, or not dime, but a nickel size amount of coconut oil in our hand. And that covers all 4 kids 8 feet. And On Guard is something that we use especially, like not so much in the summer because our bedtimes are crazy, but when we're pretty regular with our bedtimes during our school seasons, then we just put On Guard on at the end of every night, sending them to bed. And I think that's the best thing that you can do, is begin to hook it to a habit. And when you have a carrier oil so that you can use it anytime you're using your oils topically, then you're setting yourself up for success. You won't develop a sensitivity to this really good thing over time because you've been using essential oils safely with a carrier oil. So let's talk about pain and inflammation. Is that helpful, guys? I know, Casey, that was the question you had. So oils are going to help your body come back to this balanced place, right? So if we've got an unhealthy inflammatory response in our body is just kind of out of alignment. First thing you can do, guys, go back to that diet and nutrition point, right? If we're putting foods in our body that create an imbalance in an inflammation response in our body, then we need to stop eating those foods, right? We need to approach the gut as a whole system, not just how do I feel when I eat beans? Well, I won't eat beans. Well, why do I feel that way when I eat beans? Keep digging down to the why. And this class will just be a 101. It's just going to tell you the basics of it. But working with your body is critical. And when we want to get to the root issue of to the root of our issue, using an essential oil to address the whole system is really important and can be very, very effective. So oils that we have in our kits, like deep blue oil, frankincense even, are oils that are going to be beneficial to your body's inflammatory response. Frankincense is going to do a billion things, but 2 drops under the tongue is going to help you feel more like yourself, a little more spring in your step, a little less lag as you get off the couch or get ready for the day in the morning. You're going to feel less ache, less irritation, or less inflammation. But the blend is really exciting, because a blend like Deep Blue, which has menthol oils in it, it has an oil called osmanthus, it also has blue tansy in it, is a blend of oils that all help, like frankincense does in its singularity. They're combined so that it's benefiting more elements in your system, and it's helping a wider variety of people. So for example, my husband might do really great with frankincense under the tongue, but then I might do really great with an oil like copaiba to deal with the discomfort and pain. But when I use an oil blend like Deep Blue, I can put a little bit on my elbow and I might notice my achy knee isn't so achy. Because when it absorbs into your skin, it's traveling through your bloodstream and addressing all of these areas of concern. So we love essential oils because they're effective like nothing else, guys. We found essential oils when we didn't have solutions for our kids. And then we began using them ourselves and we realized, wow, these really work. How can we not tell everyone that we meet about this, that is coming to us? You know, you're just sitting next to someone and they say, oh yeah, I'm so congested today, or man, I didn't sleep great last night, or oh, I'm so stressed over work. Emotional, physical, mental, all of these areas of concern can be benefited with an essential oil. And when you nurture one of those areas, you nurture the whole. And you are a whole person. If no one told you that yet, if no one told you that your feelings matter, that your physical health matters, that you don't have to feel crummy all the time or down in the dumps all the time, yeah, there's something better for you. I hope that's really hitting home with some of you guys. Let me know in the comments. Okay, so Jean asked about skin issues. So Jean, again, come back to that diet. Get on Lifelong Vitality and start from the inside out. Your skin is like a chimney. So your skin, your liver, your kidney, not your liver, but sorry, your skin and your kidneys, these are all areas where your body is like expelling toxins and I want to be careful that you don't hear I'm saying like, oh, this is just your body detoxifying. No, I'm saying your body's screaming, but sometimes it's hard to recognize screaming internally. So when skin concerns show up, that's our body saying, hey, fix me, but from the inside. Don't just address the skin. So eruptions on the skin are often just the surface effect of what's going on underneath. Does that make sense? And these are things that I learned along the way when I had kids who were dealing with eczema, babies. And when I changed what I was eating, it changed my kids' skin. Now, oils are going to be really helpful while you make those changes. So consider them like a bridge. You're here and you're not feeling great. This solution of diet and nutrition is going to be where you want to be. And as you get there, essential oils can really be a bridge that help you deal with the symptoms as you're healing the whole. So consider those foods that create an inflammatory response. That might be dairy, it might be grains, it might be some grains and not other grains. So I love it if you can work with like a nutritional therapy practitioner. I happen to know a great one. She's my sister. And talk with them about like, what does your day-to-day breakfast, lunch, and dinner look like? For me, I'm a crazy sugar fiend. So I have to keep that in check a lot because it totally makes all my joints cracky. And I can use oils, absolutely. But when I can correct it from the inside out, I feel a lot better. So you might not have been expecting a like nutrition chat when we got on here, but a lot of these things can be fixed with diet, and essential oils can help you as you are getting to where you want to be. Yeah, you grow lemon balm, Casey. That's so cool. Jen, you do too. Yes. It smells so fresh. I wish I could. I mean, I guess I could because I could just put it in a diffuser, but I wish I could make my clothes smell like lemon balm all day long. I'm a real I know it's not a citrus, it's like an herb, but I love that smell and it smells so fresh and citrusy to me. Ooh, Jatan, you put On Guard under your tongue. You're a brave woman. I take it in a capsule. Oh, both said the same thing. On Guard, wow. Cody, hey, good to see you. Absolutely. So Casey says that good health starts in the gut. I think they're saying 90, but I'll be conservative here and say 80. But 80% of your immune system exists in the gut. And something pretty radical and exciting is that immune system cells have actually been found in the brain, which is bananas when you think about it, because if we're talking about connecting your gut and your head, there's just no way to divorce everything. We can't silo these things, this emotional health, this physical health, this mental health. We can't just call them their own thing and then never have a time where they intersect and either contribute to each other's good or contribute to each other's harm. So if you think about that, if there's ever been a time where, man, you've been really sick for a long time and then you feel like really down in the dumps, right? Like those two go hand in hand. It's the reason when someone's going through cancer therapy, like whatever the therapy is, They say, your mental game is what determines the outcome here. Your body's going to respond to what your mind tells it can do. So I want to encourage you guys in that to take a look at the whole person. And if that's something that you've been struggling with, like, don't think that that's normal. Like, find the help that you need. And for me, there was a time when the help was counseling. For me, there was a time when the help was just essential oils. And all of those times included the help being prayer and letting people in so they could have that conversation with me as well. So that's kind of an essential oil 101. Did I miss anybody's question? If I did, make sure you pop it down in the comments because I don't want to waste your time. Your time is valuable. Oh, McClendon Homestead. So an oil for styes. Styes are kind of a tricky one. You want to keep oils out of sensitive tissues, including the eye. If you have an ear issue, we don't put oils in the ear. We put oils on a cotton ball and then kind of diffuse it into the ear area. That's really important. Don't put oils in your ear. I was at a class the other week where someone was like, my mom just dropped oregano in her ear. And I thought, heaven help her. She was not one of our people on our team. If you are on our team, we do a lot to ensure that you feel confident using your oils and your membership, not just like, hey, here's these oils, buy them from us, we'll see you later. That's not how we roll, guys. So an oil for a sty or, like anything going on in the eye, I would say, how long can you deal with it? But you could do like a warm compress. Obviously, that's what anyone's going to recommend. Or you could put heavily diluted frankincense just around that area. I wouldn't put it right near the eye, just because those oils work aromatically. They're meant to put off a scent. They're meant to put off an aroma. And when you have your eyes open, that's really intense aroma near sensitive tissue. So if you can do it without any oils, I would say go for it. But if you need oils, frankincense is a good one to have. Jean, you eat lots of veggies. Good. Nuts, eggs, honey. That's great. Yeah. And, it's not a one size fits all. I think that that's important to remember that oils are going to work awesome. So you could use like a lavender. You could use, try magnesium cream and see if that works as a base and then put lavender and melaleuca on it. Melaleuca is going to help to kill anything like that's extra on the skin topically. Lavender is going to soothe that. Frankincense or sandalwood is going to help restore that skin. So you could put those together if you're looking for specific essential oils. And diet is one of those things that really is just tricky to figure out. I have kids that don't do great with dairy. I have one kid that doesn't do great with wheat. I've got a husband who doesn't do great with corn. I'm not so great with wheat. It just depends on who you are. And all of these things require investigation and asking why until you're satisfied with the reason. Colloidal silver. Yeah, that's a great option. Good chiming in, James. That's good. Yes, Jen. Don't the rabbits love all the good stuff for them? They really do. Casey, I keep coming back to your comment. You're totally legit. Like, good health starts in the gut. And from the gut comes everything. Okay, guys, I want to honor your time. And I know you also might want to chat with Bo, too, about our homestead because he just jumped back on. So let me give you the rundown really quickly.
You mean I just woke up?
Well, I'm on this. They can't hear you. Now they can hear you.
I'm kidding.
Okay, so let me give you the rundown on oils. Is that fair? Give me an emoji just so I know where you're at with this. Give me a face if you want to know how we can help you with Diamond Club, which is that traveling thing, right? We're going to be in Houston and Austin and the Dallas area, and we want to hook you and your friends up with oils. We'll definitely have some gifts if you guys are sending us referrals because that's our favorite bread and butter.
You're sitting on a pillow.
I always am because I don't like how low I am. And like every time you comment, it's like a funny joke. All right. And then if you don't have oils, I love it, Drew. Very great. If you don't have oils, then just write like me, and we will do a quick like one-on-one chat with you. Send us an email actually, if you send us an email in the next 10 minutes, we'll also give you a bottle of lime for free when you're enrolling. So that's going to be for people who are enrolling. So if you send us an email it's 9:04 right now. If you send us an email by 9:15 and you decide to get your oils, then we'll also gift you a free bottle of lime, which is my favorite thing, and a Topo Chico. It's my favorite thing in the diffuser. It's a killer,
Do we have any more Topo
oil.
Chico?
It's an amazing oil when you're feeling stuffy. Lime, digesten. It's a crazy fix for stuffy noses. So yeah, okay, me, I love it. I love it. Okay, so if you want us to do a class near you, all you're gonna do is we'll put up on our Better Together Life Facebook is a form that says, I think it says Diamond Club form. So remember, Diamond Club is when we travel to you, you grab a bunch of your friends around your kitchen table and we'll come teach them about oils. We'll do the same thing we do here. What's most important to you? Then tell them a little about doTERRA and help them find oils that meet their needs. No pressure to buy, guys. Like, this is how we do it every time. There's no pressure to buy. But if they see something they need, we want to help them get it when we're there, right? So if you're going to grab a bunch of friends around the table, then we'll come teach them. We'll gift you something for being an awesome host, like a diffuser. And there's my dog, my dogs. And we're setting up these classes in August, September, October, and November. And for your friends or you who are getting enrolled at your event, we're going to be able to give you this month a free bottle of grapefruit oil or grapefruit and balance oil along with the kit that you get started with. So if you're getting just like, I needed oils yesterday, we'll get you started now. But if you want us to come to you and you're in Texas where we can get to you, then we'll set up a class with you, gift you something as a host, and then gift your friends and those who are enrolling a really awesome thing from doTERRA. So it's our mission to help people feel better this year than they have ever before in the past. And part of that is through oils, and part of that's through our community, because we just know people need that physical healing through doTERRA, and a lot of you need that financial healing as well. And we've been able to do that with this company, so we want to help other people do that too. Yeah, thanks, Drew, for that shout out, bettertogetherlife@gmail.com. So if you're enrolling, send us that email in the next, now it's 7-8 minutes, and we'll get it to you.
You're tough.
I am tough. Well, because your time matters. And for some of you, you might have been thinking about this for a while, and you're like, I just need that extra little nudge, or I need that extra little handhold to help you get through it.
Hey, there's 16 people here.
There's 15 now. We keep bouncing
I
back
messed
and
it
forth.
up.
Way to go. You shouldn't have said it.
Jinxed.
So yeah, I'm going to be at the Homestead on the 24th. If you go to the Dallas area, please come see us. That would be so fun to hug your neck. And then I'm going to be in Katy tomorrow, the 6th and the 7th. I'm going to be there on the 31st. And we're going to do a meetup in Hutto.
Yeah, Hutto, Texas.
Hutto on the
is
10th.
The east of Austin.
So coming up, today's the 5th. We're going to be there on the 10th. So in 5 days, if you guys are in
Saturday.
the Austin, Round Rock, Hutto, just kind of like that whole
Temple, Waco.
Yeah, that
San Antonio.
area-ish.
San Antonio would be kind of far, but
that'll be pretty far.
but hey,
San Antonio.
We're worth it.
We'll come to you.
We are.
Just fill out a form and we'll come to you.
They have to fill out a form. Do I have to fill out a form? I don't like forms. That's why I got married, so that I don't have to fill out forms.
It's been a long day.
I always tell Kelly whenever
when
we're married and filling out forms, I said, hey, so this is one of the deals. I don't want to ever have to to write out
#worth it.
a birthday card anymore.
Yeah.
And I will kill all the bugs.
She
doesn't have to kill any.
him to chat.
You did invite me to chat.
I did, and I should not have. Heavens.
I took a nap.
Okay, so
And Everett had to come and wake me. He was like shaking me, Dad, you fell asleep. I'm all rejuvenated.
I'm in a very Candace mood right now.
You are Candacing it. You are harnessing your inner
It's not
Candace.
hard to harness.
Nice.
She's just there.
Who likes Candace Neistat? Like Casey's wife? She's just always.
No, she's just not.
She's like the Trump of the face. Like he's just always.
No, she's not.
She's always.
You're wrong.
You love her?
Okay. So I was going to ask if you guys had any Homestead questions for the next 5 minutes. I don't know if you want to.
But she can't stand me for 5 more minutes.
I don't know if you want to ask. Okay, anything we need to tell them?
We got a dog.
It's kind of a new.
We got a dog.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one so far.
Well, I think also you put up a video, and it's been a really long time since you've done that.
Yeah, it's been. It was kind of a little bit of both. I've kind of shared it, and I turned the burnt outness into a little bit of a break.
It was good.
During that break,
he went rogue, girl. Yes.
Oh, I did. Did someone say that?
He went rogue.
Oh, I did. Yeah. And I got off of everything. I wasn't on YouTube. I wasn't on Instagram. The only thing that I really was doing was shed the house.
Was it a good break?
Now I feel like it was because I think the podcast has gotten me really excited.
So there's a podcast.
There's a podcast. Who has seen that we have who has listened to the podcast? Someone go put that down in the chat if you've listened to it because
David.
I want to know. Yeah.
Yes, David. That puppy is sweet.
She's so sweet. She's really mad. She wants to come.
I just didn't know puppies could be sweet like her.
We want to let them in, but Chip, we're right now on like a small little wobbly table, and Chip will just knock it all over. So we're gonna let them in as soon as we get off of the all. Mm-hmm. So we're excited about the podcast. Mm-hmm. We're on Stitcher. Stitcher is a podcast app. So we're not yet on the Apple Podcast iTunes app. That takes always the longest, people say. So we're there.
You mean it will be on Apple, but not? Yeah, but like
it will be.
Like what's a timeline for that?
They say hopefully within 24 hours, but sometimes it can take up to 2 weeks.
So listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yeah. You can also just go to the link that I provided in that video. And I think I'll have it on bettertogether.life.com here soon.
Will it be on Spotify? I didn't even know things are on Spotify.
I don't think we can do anything. I got to figure out how to get on Spotify. It wasn't in my hosting on how to get on Spotify. Maybe Spotify is owned by something else. I did fill out the form today to get it on Alexa. So that would be cool. I think I'm excited about the branding of it. I'm really like getting stoked.
You just like new things.
I do like new things.
That's okay.
I do. Yeah.
We know that, so we let you run.
So you guys are gonna have to put up with like new logos every 6 months because it really gets me excited. I like new things, and
it gets me excited.
But I think we're gonna. Do you like it though, right?
Oh, the podcast.
The cover.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think
I wouldn't call that a logo. I'd call that cover art.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I harvested 8 rabbits. Yeah. Friends of ours, I don't know, Cody, if you're listening, he got one and he smoked it. Yeah. He like soaked it in some kind of yogurt.
If you got him.
And he used his Traeger and he smoked it and he said it was delicious. We have been traveling, so we really didn't have a lot of time to partake in them yet. But I'm excited about the sourdough rabbit pot pie.
I am excited about that too. Did you look up a pie crust?
Yeah, you can make a sourdough pie crust.
You guys, I don't know if there's anything you cannot make.
Cookies.
With sourdough cookies.
Like chocolate chip sourdough cookies. Like, that's not. No, but I've looked it up and nobody wants it. I mean, nobody talks about it.
I can't imagine what that would be like. But
even Amanda said.
Ollie requested
I can't
sourdough.
Hear you gotta be like by the mic.
I know, but it's so far away.
Yeah.
Ollie requested sourdough not sweet potatoes, like sweet rolls, like cinnamon rolls for his birthday this month. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I made that.
It's good.
Did I make that during my break?
Yeah,
I guess so. Yeah,
it's my birthday.
Yeah, I wasn't really on. You keep on kicking everything.
This is the table.
And you're like, we're sitting on like 7 pillows to get as high as you want.
Just one, guys.
Let's see. Here, wild rabbits? No, not wild rabbits. They
that'd be hard to catch.
Yeah. Oh, during that, and I didn't even share that because I couldn't film it. And it was whenever we first, I gotta catch up on these videos, but who knows? Whenever the baby bunnies, not baby bunnies.
Oh,
whenever the first pastured rabbits, they started digging out
how the pastured rabbits would work.
Yeah, there's a lot, but we all may or may not see of that stuff because
I don't know if it's not even video. I think so. Here's something that I think is interesting, and you guys know, like I have very low filter for things that I think are unacceptable. And this comment wasn't unacceptable, but it was something I kind of hadn't expected to hear. And we posted something on Instagram, and a commenter said,
I put that in the rant.
Yeah, said, where are the vlogs? And I said, actually, we took a break from vlogs because we've got so much that we need to do. I mean, guys, we accomplished so much in the month of July. It was very exciting. But stepping away from vlogs because we live on our homestead, and our homestead isn't like we moved into a farmhouse that we're just renovating. It's like, no, we live in a house that, doesn't have a lock on the door because it never had a door, like that kind of thing. And so I mentioned to her, I said, well, we've taken a break so we could do some of the projects so we could live here. And she said, oh, I miss the blogs. You should do more vlogs. She might have said blogs, but you should do more vlogs because that's what it's all about. And I was like, actually, living here is what it's all about. And I think that that's something to remember for all of your YouTubers, or if you're a YouTuber yourself. It's not all about your audience. You're grateful for your audience. Your audience becomes your friend. Like, there are some loyal, true people here that I have gotten to chat with, like personally, and hang out with on Marco Polo and just build relationship with that. That's a really unique thing about using the internet well, like connecting with people who challenge you and encourage you or strengthen you, or, kind of check you when things are hard. But it's not about the vlogs. The vlog is a complement to the lifestyle, and hopefully, like a lot of the conversations we've had with you guys, the lifestyle that we show just shows you good, bad, and ugly coming from this like total shift into the country. And I hope that that's inspiring to you in some way, either like, I want to get off my tail and do something different, or I want to.
Hey, there's a book about that.
Yeah. Or I want to make my homestead marketable, right? That's important too. So wherever you are and whatever you're offering as a creative kind of like insight into your life, it's not all about that. That's just the sounding board that you have for what you're actually doing.
Yeah. I mean, and one of the things that we talked about on the podcast, I guess episode 2, is what do you want to get off of your homestead? And like going back and listening to that, it kind of got me excited because some of those things are happening.
I know.
And we love doing this with you guys. It's just seasons change, and we're going to be doing it with you slightly different and not trying to compare ourselves to other YouTubers and trying to keep up. It just doesn't. That doesn't spark joy.
It's not Marie Kondoing.
Spark joy. Spark joy.
Spark a joy.
Yes. Okay. Very good.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? David, I love you're on here. Font addict. That's cool.
David, email me your favorite fonts because I may or may not want to change everything.
All the time.
All the time.
Okay, guys. So I hope we get to hear from some of you who are like, yes, I need oils. And if you already have your oils, I really hope this helps you use them better. You can follow us on Better Together Life and Better Together Wife on Instagram, or you can email us at bettertogetherlife@gmail.com. So thanks for being here, guys. This is
your free line.
This is us bringing you Mondays and making it the best day of your week. We do think it's better together because you are here. And if you don't share that unique thing that you have to share, with the people around you, then no one else is going to do it. So step into that this week. And thank you guys for joining us here. We'll see you back here on Monday.
Bye, guys. Good night.